Welcome to Aero-TV's Daily Update from AirVenture 2010 for Thursday, July 29th. ANN's Jim Campbell offered some personal memories in introducing the Vicki Cruse Memorial Scholarship.
They say that those we love live forever in our hearts and our minds and our deeds. The hearts and mind, well, I've got that covered. But it's time for the deeds to start multiplying. Many years ago, I had the great good fortune on one of our early dates to give Vicki Cruz her first aerobatic ride. Jim Mosier lent me an SF-260 after the extra 300 became unavailable. Loops, rolls, quarter rolls, up, down, sustain inverted, the whole 9 yards. She couldn't get enough. And what had happened to a person with a private pilot rating who was a little underconfident when it came to things as simple as flying solo turned into a passion for flight that took her to the very, very pinnacle of the sport aviation community. And nobody could be prouder of her than I, and at the same time just stand back in amazement at the life that she led. She only got 41 years. There are a lot of years left over for people to enjoy aviation and to have their horizons broadened. In that vein, we're announcing 2 scholarships initially in memory of Vicki. It'll be $1,000 a piece for initial flight training or add-on flight training in the aerobatic regime. They don't have to necessarily be a course per se in aerobatics. It can be unusual attitudes. The key is to broaden your horizons, to try something new, to see what you like, what you don't like, and more important than anything else, just really discover a whole new aspect of aviation. It is our hope to expand this. I'd love to see this become far larger, far more valuable in the future. I've got a lot to learn about this process. We look very, very much forward to later on in the year establishing and awarding the first 2 scholarships, the first of very many that we plan for the future. Thank you.
John L. Petersen, president and founder of the Arlington Institute, announced 2 notable changes to the board of the Lindbergh Foundation.
One of the really nice things about being on the board of the Lindbergh Foundation are the wonderful people on that board. We have a variety of notables in the aviation community, including John and Martha King and many other wonderful folks who are very engaged and very committed to the mission of the Lindbergh Foundation. But today is a special day because today we get to announce that Kermit Weeks and Sean Tucker have agreed to join our board. They are 2 of the most well-known names in the aviation business, and they're known not only for their capabilities and their skills in the aviation side, but what's most important to us at the Lindbergh Foundation is that these are wonderful people.
We'll be back with more from AirVenture 2010 in a moment.
Freedom through innovation. It's what led us to develop Cirrus Flying 2.0, the framework for a bold new take on private aviation. And as a result, the gap between the aircraft we produce and those of our competitors continues to widen. Cirrus knows where the personal aircraft industry is headed. We're already there.
Welcome back to Aero-TV's Daily Update from AirVenture 2010. In remarks to EAA members at AirVenture on Thursday, FAA Administrator Randy Babbitt offered more thoughts on the availability of leaded aviation gasoline.
I'm keenly aware of the focus that this community has on Avgas. It's a big issue. And I want to assure you that we have made a good outreach and have a good working relationship with the EPA. We have reached out, we have shared our concerns, and we're developing a very cooperative, open dialogue between the 2 agencies. We both have a role, the EPA and the FAA have a role to fulfill in this process, and both of us are certainly on track to do that. We do not burn an enormous volume of fuel with lead in it. So they're just now soliciting with an advance notice to get comments, and that's a process in and of itself. But I think even more important is for this audience to understand that we have a very good relationship. We met yesterday with a coalition of the Avgas, the GE Avgas coalition, a lot of the groups that represent various groups, along with the type clubs as well. And we have a common commitment, a serious common commitment to find a vehicle and to work together to bring this to a successful conclusion so that there will not be any interruption in the fuel supply of the aircraft that we fly today, whether they're old, whether they're new, whether they're not even built yet. They will all have a solution. We are committed to work together to do that, and we have a good working relationship with the EPA, and they understand what our role is there.
Chet Fuller, President of Civil Systems for GE Aviation, spoke with ANN's Maxine Scheer ahead of Friday's symposium on electric aircraft.
Tomorrow's symposium is very exciting. It's the symposium sponsored by the EAA AirVenture on manned electric flight. And so we have a collection of speakers. They have amassed a group of speakers, very exciting, on a broad range of technology and a broad range of topics. We, GE, are going to talk about foundational technologies. We're going to talk about energy storage. We're going to talk about modular power tiles and distribution technology. We're going to talk about energy management and energy distribution. And so those foundational technologies are fundamentally, they're critical for the development of manned electric flight. We're also going to talk about electrification. Now, it's going to be a long time before we replace fossil fuels as a driving force for a propulsion system. But a more electric aircraft and a more composite aircraft go hand in hand, and those aircraft are more efficient, lighter weight, have less emissions, and are lower noise. And those technologies are going to be used to power a manned electric flight and are going to be used to facilitate the systems on large aircraft. And it's just a really exciting time to be in electric power.
We'll be back with more from AirVenture 2010 in a moment.
The beauty of the Release 9 system architecture is that you have two fully redundant integrated flight displays. Each has access to all the systems and data. Providing full redundancy and eliminating traditional reversionary modes, Release 9 allows either display to be configured as the PFD. Now your failure modes are much more manageable because you can continue to fly with the same familiar display symbology without the need to relearn composite modes you don't typically fly with. Avidyne's Integra Release 9 is truly the next generation in fully integrated flight deck technology.
One of Thursday's emotional moments at AirVenture was the welcome home for veterans who'd been to Washington for the day to visit the World War II and Vietnam War memorials.
Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. It's wonderful for the families, it's wonderful for the veterans. They're getting wonderful recognition. It's wonderful to see their grandkids here. It's a real community effort. It's just awesome.
What a day, fantastic. The memorial was great, yeah.
I can't believe it took this long for them to be honored like this, but it's great.
Join us again tomorrow for another daily update on EAA AirVenture Oshkosh 2010 from Aero-TV.